But so tell me about yourself. You said you just recently performed at the Tempe Improv Theater, right?
Yep. I've been doing comedy. I started comedy January before the pandemic happened. So
Oh, really?
really fucking bad timing. So I won my first contest like after the third time I went up. Like, so to get it started, like my buddies signed me up for an open mic. They're like, Adam, you need to be a comedian. We're signing you up. This is at a bar that's near your house. We're gonna come all watch. And I ain't gonna lie, I bitched up. I got there and I was like, bro, they said the list was full, which was a total fucking lie. And then I watched like people on stage, and the first like two or three, I was like, God damn, like these guys are actually really funny.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing some people bomb, and I'm like, fuck that guy, dude. I'm way funnier than him, and I could probably do this. So I went back the next week, signed up on my own, didn't tell my friends about it, bombed as you're supposed to the first time you go up. You know, it feels like your mom watched you suck 1,000 dicks. It's very embarrassing. It weighs on your heart the whole ride home. But the way to fix that is to come back the very next week, and I did a lot better. And then I started talking to like some of the more seasoned comedians, and they're like, hey, bro, read this book, and this will tell you how to like structure your jokes. You're funny, but you just need to learn how to tell it.
Right.
And the very next week, I won first place. And after that, I was like, this shit's over. I'm about to become famous and da-da-da. Nah, bro, the next week I came back and I bombed because it was all old people. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not universally funny.
Yeah.
I'm only funny to your tias and tios. But, you know, if there's a old white crowd, it's like, what do we have to relate to?
Yeah.
So, and then the pandemic happened right when I was supposed to get booked for my first like big show on a big stage. So that was a bummer, but I took that time just to write.
Yeah.
You know, I even got a little bullshit job at a bar. Like I got this job at the bar. They needed a cook, and they're like, "Can you cook?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got cooking experience, bro. My only cooking experience is Whataburger when I was 16. So like I just bullshitted on an application, but I was still the best cook because I didn't get this way from fast food. Like I like to, I like to indulge in some delectable treats, So I took that time and figured like I'm going to open up a open mic at this bar. And I did. The first one ran great. I handed it off to another person. And then it turned into just an open mic that stayed there for probably about 2 years almost.
Wow.
But it was just a place for me to perform. So pandemic really kind of helped me out on trying to become more relatable and universally funny to anybody that's in the crowd. I still struggle with it with some of it, not everyone got beat with the chancla, when they were growing up, and not everyone understands like Mexican culture when you're half Mexican, half white. No one fucks with you. You're too Mexican for the white people. You know what I mean? Like Bryce is not going to let you shoplift at the self-checkout line, and then you're also too white for the Mexican people, where my boy Hector, he's like, hey bro, I'm going to give you a ride. And it's like, well, do you have insurance? Like, it's tough, but yeah, a lot of writing, a lot of mics hitting. But now it's fucking awesome, dude. I'm getting booked at big events, big venues. And, it's if it gets any better, I'm probably going to end up quitting my job and just pursue it full time. Cause that's the ultimate goal, man. I would love to just only have to think about doing comedy because that's the shit that I love to do.
Yeah.
That's important. Pursuing the passion. You were talking about passions earlier. It's dope. I wish I would have started this a lot sooner, but also if I tried to do comedy when I was 25, I wouldn't have shit to say that would be relatable at all. I was a fuckhead back then.